Well, um, yeah, what can I say? My friend and I, we were once up in Reno, and I enjoy going to comedy acts. I just love being a heckler. I'd gone to so many comedy acts throughout the United States that on an occasion, you kind of find out what the routine is. And if you are a heckler in the audience, and a heckler is someone who kind of picks on the performer, the comedian who's standing up there and doing their thing. When you're a heckler, the first thing they do is they attack you back. They just put you down. What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, you're embarrassed, and the comedian gets the laughs, and everything's good. Well, as I was mentioning earlier, we were in Reno, and there was a comedy show going on, and they had maybe 5 or 6 different comedians, and then it leads up to the main comedian who comes out at the end and does his spiel. And it's rehearsed. I mean, it's rehearsed right down to the line and the syllabus, and if they get disrupted, then it becomes spontaneous. And usually, it's not very spontaneous. It's just a rehearsed theatrical performance, and sometimes it can be boring. Well, we walk into this performance show that night, and I slipped the guy at the door a couple of $20, $20, $40, and I say, "Can you set us up front?" They march us up front. We got our cocktails. We're sitting at a table right at the center of the stage, and I say, "Oh man, this is going to be the night." What I do is I take my shoes off, put them up on the stage. I'm drinking down a cocktail or two, and I'm kind of feeling no pain. We've been at the Reno Air Races the day before as a participant, and life was pretty good. I'm feeling nothing. I'm pretty happy, as a matter of fact. So anyway, the main performance comes out. 6 or 7 comedians before that had already livened up the crowd. We've been drinking all night long. We're kind of shit-faced, 2 sheets to the wind, a fart in a breeze, whatever it might be. And this guy comes out and he says, "Hey, man, I'm so glad to be here in Reno." And I respond back. I said, "You're not in Reno. You're in Cincinnati. This is Cincinnati, Ohio." And he stops dead cold. He thought for a moment, an instant, that he had fucked up, because he'd been traveling all across the country, from one city to the next, and here he is in Reno, Nevada, and someone yells out, "Welcome to Reno," he says, and I respond back, "No, you're in Cincy, Ohio. Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati." But he comes back to reality, understanding that he actually is in Reno and not Cincinnati, but for a moment there he thought he really was in Cincinnati. He looks at me, and the comedians always do this, they say, "Well, what's your name?" Because he's going to attack me now and put me down for being a heckler. And I respond back, I said, "Well, my name is Sphincter." He says, "Sphincter? Sphincter what?" And I said, "Sphincter gland." He freezes again, because all of a sudden this delayed information and spontaneity starts to happen with him. And he says, "Sphincter? Sphincter gland? Sphincter gland?" And the crowd just breaks up laughing and goes crazy. And then after that, his spontaneity really broke loose. He no longer was in a rehearsed theatrical mode. He was actually a comedian. And of course, it was a nice evening for me too. So I'm a professional heckler. If you need someone to push your button, turn you green, piss you off, call on me. I'm there. Bye.